I've been waiting for these chips for a long time. That massive mound of limbs ended up being this little bitty chip pile. It's always less than you hope it'll be. If I had smell-o-vision, nothing defines the boundaries of a garden space better than laying down a fresh layer of chips. And this is a fantastic way to recycle all kinds of cardboard. It's surprising how quickly it piles up, and it feels good that it's going to turn into a little bit of a habitat and go back into the earth, and I don't know, every little bit helps, I guess. I live on the moon, and it's at least a 120-mile trip. Get a lot of the stuff that I need, so I order it. I do make an effort to keep a small carbon footprint. I use glass instead of plastic, and in one way or another, I compost cardboard. I wanted to save a little bit of cardboard to lay down on these garden paths before I put the chips down. So I went from this to this. And most of this is recycled. I've almost lost the light. Well, I have lost the light. But out of that entire truckload of garbage, this little pile of tape, that's all that's going away with the garbage truck. Little cardboard, a few chips, sure adds structure. Now it's starting to look like a garden. This time of year, I'm harvesting greens, collecting leaves, making soil, moving soil, and doing everything I can to get the microbes to start churning away. I want them active, healthy, happy, and anxiously awaiting the tender roots of my plants come springtime. Remember the little row cover sample that I made a few videos ago? This may be a very humble little plot of beets from the outside looking in, But this is the first time in a couple of years that I've been able to grow something from seed that didn't get eaten by the wildlife or the slugs. So I actually have I harvest this once or twice a week and add it to my salad. So even though it's small, it's feeding me. And if I can do this size, then it should work at any size. I'm always able to grow radish because they're spicy. So I just let them go to seed and keep them going. There's always a few in the garden bed. I can't remember the last time I was able to grow lettuce. If I can keep those beets safe, then I believe I can do something similar and keep this entire garden safe. My goal is to grow as much of my own food as I possibly can this summer. It's not easy. There's a lot more going on than just sifting worm castings. The chores just keep on coming. This is awkward. Woo! That's why I opened it. I don't know what to do here. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you see me? See how tall this has gotten? So I'll trim this about halfway down. You'll see. Every time I see one of those little green heads pop up out of the ground, every second of this work is worth it. I used to go and go and go and go. Now, I go as far as I can go and then I need to sit down for a minute. And that's okay. I've learned to enjoy that. That's something I didn't do as much of in the past, so there's any reason to be grateful for getting creaky, that might be one reason. I still would prefer to not be creaky. That's been the biggest struggle as far as keeping going and keeping projects going. I can't help but remember. Call on my body to step up. Even though I'm creaky, even though I have to take breaks here and there, I'm still deeply grateful. Hopefully, watching me stumble around out here, y'all wouldn't believe what I edited out. But it's not always easy. And maybe that'll be encouragement for someone else. Now more than ever, I think it's important for us to have our hands in the dirt. I feel compelled to remind folks that we are the same stardust that makes up this garden. I'm grateful for this little plot. I'm grateful to sit here in this beautiful orchard. And I'm grateful for every one of y'all. Thanks for watching. See ya. I recognize from the outside this looks pretty humble. But if you've had your vegetables eaten by slugs and vermin, you'll feel me when I show you this and say, look, it's little, but look how pretty. And some of the reason they're small is because I'm harvesting off this a couple times a week and adding it to my salad. I got a radish here, these beets, this is last year's kale. This is even a garlic scape coming up. It's the first time I've been able to grow vegetables from seed in a couple of years. Between the rats and the birds, everybody wants my stuff. And everybody was getting it but me. I wandered for miles.